Let's go to my Poppin' Fresh party panel. Fox News Headlines 24/7 reporter Carly Shimkus. Former CIA officer and host of the Buck Sexton Show. It is Buck Sexton. Contributor at The Hill and Trump re-election advisory board member Harlan Hill. Welcome, panel. Let's see, I'll go to you. Buck number one. You remember that game, Buck?
No.
Buck, you never played Buck?
Is that like Buck Goose?
No, it's very different game. But would you agree with Mike Baker? Polygraph? I was making
I know, I caught the joke. He didn't, though.
Oh, okay.
He thought you were undermining the notion of a polygraph there. Yes. He didn't. He's not watching CNN, so he's not aware of the Stormy Daniels polygraph.
I see, yes.
But we all caught it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's true. The president doesn't want to put too much credence in polygraphs. But I was surprised Mike Baker suggested polygraphs. Are those really trusted? Aren't these just there to scare people?
They're useful. They're not admissible really in a court of law. They do kind of scare people. But the story here is that the president has people in his innermost circle that he can't trust, that are acting in a reckless fashion. If someone around Trump really believes that he's such a buffoon that they really want to go out there and humiliate the commander-in-chief, they have no business working for that person. And taking that information and leaking to the press is an act of disrespect. It may have been illegal. It just goes to show that Trump derangement syndrome, there are Trump derangement sleeper cells out there right now. That's what we're finding out. People you wouldn't necessarily expect have Trump derangement.
It's common.
This is a giant non-story.
Yes.
It's been turned into a story because the media has freaked out about it and have been exaggerating every aspect of this, Tom.
Why would they? Why would the media exaggerate now?
Gee, I wonder, it's actually getting hard to keep up with what the reason is on any given week that Trump is the illegitimate president and Hillary actually won the election.
Right.
Is it James Comey? Is it the Russia collusion? Is it now Facebook? It changes with such frequency that at some point you start to think, maybe there's a bigger problem here, and I think that's what we saw. So this is another version of marketing, is what they're talking about. It's very straightforward. And one of the most underreported parts of the story was that they're not even sure that the data, which wasn't really a breach, it's a question of how it was handled, but it was freely given data, it wasn't even necessarily used by Cambridge Analytica. So when I say it's a non-story, this may in fact be an absolute non-story, and it would be probably the second or third biggest story this week if you were to look at the media coverage of it. So why is that? Trump derangement syndrome. There you go.